So good morning, everyone. If you're here, I would appreciate just a hi. If you're too bashful to do that, that's fine. But I hope you enjoyed today's card. It's kind of featuring designer series paper a little bit, and just a easy fun fold card. So this is the card we're going to be doing, and I'm using the Silly Old Bear designer series paper along with the Sweet Words and Labels and Sweet Old Friends. So you open it up and there is a scene, and I think that's just so cute. I saw this on Meg Lovin something, her website, and I saw it on Pinterest and then went to her website, and she showed how to make it. So it folds up like this. Old friends are the best friends, and then you open it up and it says, the best kind of days are the days spent together. And Rebecca and Diane, that's probably how you're feeling right now. Best time together is when you're together. So anyway, this is the card, and I will first show you the measurements and what we're using. So this is Peaceful Pine cardstock card base, and it's 8.5 by 5.5. 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. So this is one of the new in colors, Peaceful Pine. And then for the inside of the card, I'm using the Very Vanilla and Silly Old Bear DSP, which will go down here. And this one is cut 5 1/4 by 4, and then this one is cut 4 by 3 3/4. And then for the front of the card, we're going to be using the Silly Old Bear designer series paper, and that's 5 1/4 by 4. And then we're going to have another piece of Peaceful Pine, which will be the backing here, and that is 4 by 3. 4 inches by 3 inches. And then the designer series paper, which is 5 3/4 by 3/4, and I cut out the Silly Old, this is one of the scenes in that. And this is really great for this card because you open it up and it has a scene. So this is what we're going to be using. And I wanted to show you that paper, and I didn't bring it over. Hang on just a second and I will show you that paper and how I cut it out. So this is one of the pieces in that Silly Old Bear, and it has a lot of different scenes that you can put on the front of your cards. Here's another scene with the table, and I cut this one out of here. So this is the way it looked, and then I cut that one out of there. So this is the piece that you would use if you were going to make this card. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing we'll do is we will get the card base ready. This is the Peaceful Pines, which is one of the beautiful in colors, which I really love. And then we're going to put the Silly Old Bear designer series paper on the front right here. And that will go right there. And then for the inside, and I already stamped it, but the best kind of days are days spent together. And then I like to put a little piece on the inside just to kind of draw them all together. And that will go right there. And then we'll put this one in here. So that's pretty much the basics of the card. So the second thing I'm going to show you is how to so we cut this out at 5 3/4. So it's 5 3/4 by, what did I say this was? 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. So this is 3 3/4 and this is 5 3/4. And half of 5 3/4 is 2 7/8. So I scored it at 2 7/8 along the center. And then, so it was like this. And then it's 16th, and those are hard to do even for me. So I just actually folded this back and lined it up and then scored it that way. And that way, you get it even. So this kind of hides that. And then I like to really burnish it well, even turning it over sometimes and burnishing it. So it really does, it doesn't lay real flat, but you could also make a belly band if you wanted it to be flat. But once it's in the envelope, by the time the recipient receives it, it will be fine. So I'm going to adhere this to this piece. So this is going to go on here like that. So I'll add some, I almost said snail, some seal to that. And that will go there, and then this will go on the front of the card like this. So we'll adhere that down. And that will go right there. So then I cut out Pooh and Piglet, because we're going to say the best friends, old friends are the best friends. So I'm going to put this one kind of down here, and then the old friends will be up here. So I'm going to just take some of the side pieces on this, and because I don't want it to too much, because it will keep it from, it might keep it from folding. So I'm just going to make 2 of those and put that right there. So now Piglet is it's under Piglet, and that's a good way to put it down, because of course the dimensionals are really good adhesive. So I'm going to stick this right here, and that's right centered, and I just put 2, one on each side of there. So then when you open it up, the old friends are the best friends. So how about that? Is that easy or what? It's mainly just getting just cutting. That takes longer than putting the card together. So as long as you have the right measurements, then it just goes together really fast. And of course, you know me, I have to make more, and not all of them are with the scenery. Actually, none of these are. I just cut them out of the paper, of the designer series paper. This is one of the new papers, and it's cherry cobbler and a stitched season designer series paper. And then I use the stitched stockings, a sentiment on this. So there that is, and then it opens up like that, and then inside, may your days be merry and bright. I thought that was really cute. Christmas in July, is that what you say? So this one is using, again, the Peaceful Pine, and then I use the Moonlit Flora for this one, and this is Golden Glow. That's another one of the interior, the end colors, and then Phrases and Frames is this. And so that opens up like that. So this really shows off the designer series paper very well. And it's happiest birthday wishes and have a fabulous day. And then the next one is using the Lily of the Valley and the Valley in Bloom designer series paper. So this is Granny Apple Green, and then Valley in Bloom, and then the Lily of the Valley stamp set has the happy birthday. So isn't that beautiful? I just love that Valley in Bloom with those those flowers on it. And then that's again, have a happy birthday, have a fabulous day. And this one is using the Hydrangea Hue and the Violet Dreams Designer Series paper. And the Designer Series paper has some cutouts, some, so you can, I use that on there, and I made it an anniversary card. And I thought that turned out really pretty. And then inside, may your day be filled with love and happiness. And then of course I added a little strip of paper to bring it all together. And then the last one is, there's new in color gingham, and I use the Hydrangea Hue and the Hydrangea Hue in color gingham, and then I stamped the floral vignette stamp set. So when you open it up, you see this. Isn't that pretty? I thought that turned out really cool. And then I put thank you, and then inside I didn't put anything because I would write in there. So those are my cards that I did. And I hope that if you get a chance to do this, that you will do it and come back and show me what you make. Because there's all kinds of papers out there, and I could have gone on, but I ran out of time. So those are the cards I made. And if you share this, I will send somebody the card, the Pooh card. So I hope you enjoyed this, and that you will try it. It's very simple and very unique. If you were to send this to someone, wouldn't they love it? I think that's one thing that I have been bad about, is not sending out cards. But thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. She said, love the alternatives too. Great cards. Yes, these were fun to do. I spent Monday afternoon making these, and I just fell in love with them. Fell in love with this fun fold. It's easy, quite easy. I will put the measurements down below so you will see them, and then this will go on YouTube, so you can always look back on YouTube if it's gone from, because they only keep them for 30 days on Facebook. But it will be loaded up to YouTube, and so you can always go to my Jan Stamping Creations on Facebook and see the videos as I put them up. So and the one thing that is news is, I don't know if you have known anything about hot foiling. Stampin' Up! Has a hot foiling system that is going to be coming out on Friday, and you can order it on Friday. And I have a feeling it's going to be very popular, and if you are at all interested in it, I would say go ahead and buy it on Friday, because it might run out, and they have warned us that it could run out if they get a really high volume. So thank you, Lori. Yeah. So it's called the hot foil system, and next week I'm going to show you how to use the hot foil system. I haven't used it, I haven't even unpacked it, but I do have it, and I will be showing you how to use it next week on my Wednesday. We will do a card using that system. And what it is they have rolls of foil, and then you put that through the little machine that's hot, and then you just roll it through your die cutting machine and cut it out that way. So if you are at all interested in it, come back next Wednesday and I'll show you how to use it. And there is a really good video from Stampin' Up! That also shows how to use it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a great day, and keep cool out there. We're supposed to get 89 degrees today. Thank goodness our house is well insulated and the air conditioning is wonderful, so we don't even really feel it so bad. So anyway, thank you for joining me, Lori and Rebecca and Diane and whoever else is here. And I hope you enjoyed this and have a great day. Thank you.